So why do an engaging delayed completion tactic? Well, for me personally, I think it's a really good way of actually maximizing the cash that I've got. So I can utilize my cash across multiple projects. Let me give you an example. So let's say this particular house, if I had to buy it cash, I'd have to exhaust my £180,000 worth of purchase to buy it cash, pay the stamp duty, and then let's say we're at 190, then spend the money on the works. Let alone that my money is now tied up with one house, and it, let's say, cost me still the same amount of time, 6 weeks to finish, and then so by the time I get my money back out, we're looking at, let's say, 6 to 8 weeks. So in that period of time of 6 to 8 weeks, I've only bought one house and and renovated just one project. By using the tactic of exchange with delayed completion, I'm able to use the same money, so the 180,000, but instead of giving that money to the seller upfront, I'll give them the 10% deposit on exchange, get the keys, do the works. Let's say I spend 30,000, let's say 20,000 on doing the works. So I've spent 38,000 at the start, 18 for the deposit and 20 for the works. So my 180,000 that I would have had to spend if I'd bought it cash outright is now, there's a lot of that money remaining. So 38, let's say 40,000 taken away out of the 180. So I'm still left with 140,000 that I can still use during that same period of 2 months while the other works in that house and the purchasing and the refurbishment goes on. So why do I do it? I do it because I'm able to use the same funds but use them in multiple projects at the same time. So my cash utilization over that period of time is significantly improved. So in essence, how does it work? So in this scenario, like I said to you, I'm buying the house at £180,000. The refurb is roughly 20,000. So the idea is that I will either sell, or some people might want to sell, or in my case, I'll refinance, pull the money out and leave it as a rental property. So in terms of numbers, I'm buying at 180, spend 20,000 give or take on the cost. That's 200,000. It will be worth about 260,000 pounds. So I'll refinance at 75%. Ballpark, I haven't got a calculator. Let's say at 250 is 187. So I'll get a mortgage of about 190, 95,000 or something. So the cost on the way in is about 200,000. I remortgage at 195,000. So really, in this scenario, loosely speaking, I'm leaving about £5,000 worth of money into this deal. But this deal will then net me around about £500 worth net profit on the rental income. So £6,000 a year. So I leave 5,000 over in that deal, but within the first year, I've recouped that 5,000 in the shape of rents. So thereafter, all of my money is pulled out, and then every bit of that profit is new money that comes in with a return on investment of infinite, because I've got none of my money left in that deal. So I hope you can see why personally I really like deals where we can do exchange with delayed completion. But in the next section now, I'm going to talk about what the challenges are with exchange and delayed completion.